All right. Hey everyone, AGP or Amanda Goldman Petrie here. And as you probably know if you're watching this video, I'm the founder of MarketLikeANerd.com. And today I'm joined by my awesome client, Cassie Hicks Kerr.
Hello.
And she's going to share with us her case study about what it was like working with us, the results that she achieved, all that good stuff. So, hey Cassie, thanks for joining.
Hi.
I'm so excited. So, Cassie, first and foremost, I want everyone to be able to see what just rock stars we work with. So first, can you wow us? Just like tell us who you are, what you do, kind of your business one-liner.
Hi everyone, I'm Cassie Hicks from Modern Marketing Spark, and we help businesses to leverage social media and digital marketing to grow their businesses, get more visible online, and just take their business to the next level.
Absolutely. Awesome. Cool, Cassie. So, Cassie has worked with me in a couple of different capacities. You know, she started off coming to one of the strategy calls with me personally. I believe she paid extra to do the call with me personally versus doing one of the free calls with our team. And from there, I decided to join what's previously called BAM Academy. Now it's going to be called Selling Like a Nerd. And in that program, we've worked together in a lot of different things. We've done some webinars, had some really cool things that have happened. So we're going to talk about that in a bit. But first, Cassie, I'd love for you to share with us, you know, what was going on in your business before you came to us? What were some of the challenges or problems or goals that you had that brought you our way?
I think for me, I was doing working ridiculous hours, juggling too many things. I was like the mummy octopus with all these different arms and all these different things. And yeah, like juggle, juggle, juggle. And my business was growing, but it was growing really, really slowly. And I thought, I want to go to the next level. I want things to scale up quickly. And I didn't know how to do it on my own.
Yeah, awesome. And then, so knowing that was your problem, what was it that made you decide to work with us to help you solve that?
Purely because you and your team have done exactly what I wanted to do. So you'd taken your business, you'd scaled it up to six figures, you'd automated and systemized the hell out of the whole business. And I thought that's what I need to do, but I can't do it on my own.
Yeah.
But I think in terms of finding a business coach, for me, there's so many people out there offering programs and coaching and mentoring, but I wanted someone who had actually was like walking the walk as well as talking the talk, and someone who actually had done what I wanted to do, which was to scale up and use the E-Myth revisited type of philosophy. And lots of people talk about scaling up a business, but I felt that you'd achieved what I wanted to do.
Yeah, that's so important. And I definitely recommend that for anyone who comes our way. Make sure that when you find a coach, it's someone who not only who you can trust, but who is really transparent about what they've achieved. So you can make sure that you're working with someone who's really done it, who's been there and can show you the lessons they've learned along the way. So awesome. And I'm so glad that you made the decision because I've loved working with you. And we can talk tangible results in a moment. I know a lot of people love hearing, like monetary stories, how people have increased prices and things like that. And that's one thing. But one of the more powerful things I think that, that a lot of these kind of testimonials or case studies miss out on is talking about the transformations and the breakthroughs. So can you talk a little bit about that? Some of the less tangible, more internal kind of breakthroughs or transformations that you've had?
I think for me, the biggest transformation working with you and the team is I realized I was horribly underselling myself. And I know when we started working together and I had certain income goals, and I realized that actually I've been working really, really hard and not charging enough and not valuing what I do enough.
Yeah.
So actually I was working, three times as hard to make the income that now I can make with less clients.
Yeah.
So
I think, what is it? You've tripled your prices or something like that, right? And the increasing prices is one of those things where some people get a little scared of doing that because they either feel like, they don't deserve it, or, they don't have the value to be able to do it, or something like that. And in this case, it actually wasn't one of those situations where you didn't deserve the price increase. Like, some people just randomly increase their prices just because. You really deserved it. I mean, you create amazing results for your clients. There's very few social media marketing managers and Facebook advertising managers who really know what they're doing, who can really create results. And I mean, you have all these awesome case studies. You've helped clients to break even on lead generation campaigns. You've helped them to make money using Facebook ads. I mean, that you deserve that price increase, which I think is so powerful, and I'm so glad that you've done that for yourself.
Yeah, and I think I just didn't really appreciate how much I was underselling what I was doing. And I think you brought a different view to the whole business, which has just, enabled me to go up a whole, more than one level, definitely.
Yeah, so Cassie's positioning is really changing right now, which I think is kind of cool. She's shifting into more of a high-end, done-for-you, automated marketing funnel company, which is very different than where her positioning was when we started, but it's going to allow for her to get in a totally different type of client. So changing that niche is going to be really, really cool. And I think recently you got your first client in that niche, right? In that in that price increase.
I've got two, actually.
Okay, cool. That's awesome.
At that sort of higher level, yeah, which is really exciting.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And then, so we've worked on some other things as well. We've worked on implementing some of the systems to scale, which was the original reason why you came to work with us. We've accomplished a lot of other things that just sort of happened. But can you talk a little bit about that as well? Some of the systems that we've implemented, sort of the SOPs that we worked on for your team, and how that's sort of changed the way that you delegate to your team.
Yeah, I think with the whole automation and delegation system, I've got a team of 8 people, and I now have a sort of a much increased confidence in my team and in the service I can offer. I think before I had a team in place, but I maybe didn't have that same confidence of, okay, if I get a big project from a big client, I can just delegate ABC out to the various people. But now, with all the systems in place with your help, we've got standard operating procedures, I've got training videos, I've got an onboarding process. It's all in our project management system, and I can now take on any size of client and know that the whole process is ready to go with all of the training. I can plug people in where I need to, and I think the main thing is, like you say, it's that transformation, and for me it's about having that confidence in my team. And I think my team have a loyalty to me that they didn't have before, because they know that I've trained them and given them access to all these tools that, so we're much stronger together now. So it's really exciting.
Oh wow, that's awesome. Yeah, no, I'm a total nerd about systems, so I love teaching people that stuff, and it's so powerful to be able to have that in place. So, no matter what's coming your way, you have a process for it. I mean, for everyone listening, just imagine being able to raise your prices and really charge what you are worth, what you deserve, and do it confidently. Imagine being able to get those clients in that new price point, and then being able to fulfill and delegate out without feeling like you don't have time for it, without feeling overwhelmed about it, because you have these systems and that automation in place. That's so powerful, so awesome, and I'm so glad I've been able to help you do that. So lastly, Cassie, we've talked a little bit about some of the results that we've created. We've talked a little bit about some of the transformation and the breakthroughs that we've created, not even all of them. Now I want to talk a little bit about the experience. So what would you say the experience with me is like as a coach? Or, if you had, let's make this fun. So if you had to use 3 words to describe me as a coach or your experience with me, what would those 3 words be?
The first one would be generous. One thing I've been really, really impressed with working with you is that anytime I've needed anything, you've 100% shared and been totally open and generous, from your outsourcing team to your procedures, to your templates, to your scripts, anything at all. You've been totally 100% generous. So that's
Awesome.
probably the first thing I'd say. Inspirational.
Aw.
Because I have to say a funny little story. Before I started working with you, and I was looking for a business coach, and I knew I needed some help to get to the next level. And we had a call scheduled, and I thought, you know what? She's really young, and she's probably not going to be my cup of tea. um, and I was really, really impressed and inspired by you, because I think at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how young you are, but you've achieved such amazing, amazing results. And I thought, it doesn't matter actually that you're half my age. The fact is that you've done the things that I want to be able to do, and that's the most, again, it's about walking the walk and as well as talking the talk.
Yeah,
So yeah, that for me that's really inspiring. And I know personally there's been a lot of things that you've overcome as well. So I've got to think of a third one. Okay, so
well, while you do that, it's funny because I've encountered that same sort of, like, I've had so many people say that, like, just to be honest, before I was working with you, I was worried about your age, and then afterwards I was just blown away, and I was like, whatever, I don't care that you're young. And it's funny because since I started out as an entrepreneur, because I started out really, really young, I've heard that so many times. I'm always the youngest person in the room, but I always say, so, by the way, if you're thinking of working with Market Like a Nerd, I'm probably younger than you. But no, I mean, I always say that I'm a 30-something-year-old living in a 20-something-year-old's body, because I've had to age really quickly, dealing with the things I've overcome, raising children really young, and and like you said, I mean, it doesn't matter. No matter whether I'm really, really young or really, really old, it doesn't matter. No matter the age, no matter the circumstances, you can do anything. And I think that's kind of what you were getting at. So I appreciate that. Hopefully that gave you enough time to think of the third thing.
Yeah, no, I think so. The first one's generosity, second one's inspiration. I think the third one is just the anything is possible. And I feel that in my business, and I feel that working with you, that actually there's not a single thing that I've ever come to you with, and all of the things that I've I wouldn't say I've stressed, but things that I've thought, how am I going to do that, or how could I do that better, or why is that not working? And you've always had an answer, and you've always had a very, you've never said, go off and work it out on yourself. You've always said, this is what I would do, try this, go to this place, do this, and it's always absolutely bloody worked. So I don't know how you put a word on that, but I think it's just it's like a kick up the arse and get on and do it. And I suppose it's empowering. That's probably the best word. It's very,
I like that word.
Very empowering.
Beautiful.
So thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been my pleasure. I love all my clients, and we call ourselves a BAMily, because we used to be called BAM Academy, and you are definitely a part of my BAMily, and I love you. So last but not least, so for the listeners today who are thinking about working with myself or the Market Like a Nerd team, what advice would you give them?
Just do it. Just don't even hesitate. Obviously, it's got to be the right thing for you. But I think if you're running a business, you want to scale up, you want to run a team, you want bigger clients, you want more income, you want to be really, really successful, then Amanda's your woman, and just do it. I don't regret anything at all. It's been fantastic. I've got nothing but positive things to say, and I'm not being paid to say this. So. Yeah, no. So it's been absolutely a fantastic experience, and we've still got a bit of time working together, which is great.
Yeah, and I'm excited. All right, great. Well, thank you so much, Cassie. I really appreciate it. And again, for everyone listening, Cassie is kind of the go-to for implementing done-for-you marketing funnels through Facebook. Her website's mmspark.com. And as a member of Selling Like a Nerd and working with me personally on different things in her business and on her webinars, she was able to increase her prices, implement those scaling systems, and obviously have a lot of breakthroughs that she has shared today. So she describes the experience as empowering, and what were the other words? It was empowering,
Generous, that was you, and inspiring.
and inspiring. There we go. So that sounds pretty powerful to me. Thank you so much, Cassie. Thank you, everyone who's listening. I can't wait to make you my next success story. Talk to you guys later. Have a nerdtastic day.
Bye.
Bye.